Sukkur Airbase, located in northern Sindh, is a relatively lesser-known but strategically significant installation in Pakistan's military infrastructure. While it doesn't house frontline fighter squadrons like Baleri or Sargodha, its value lies in logistics, drone operations, and rapid deployment support in southern and southeastern Pakistan. The airfield supports military and civilian operations and is strategically positioned near the Indus Highway, connecting it to both the southern operational theaters and central Pakistan. Its location allows it to serve as a logistical backup to major bases like Shahbaz, Jacobabad, and Masroor, Karachi, and it has been involved in housing transport aircraft, UAV units, and support for rotary wing assets. In recent years, OSINT sources and satellite mapping have shown the gradual buildup of hardened aircraft shelters and possibly ground control infrastructure linked to Pakistan's expanding drone program. During India's Operation Sindoor in May 2025, Sukkur Airbase was one of the several installations targeted in a wave of coordinated precision strikes. India's goal in this operation was clear: degrade Pakistan's ability to launch or support cross-border proxy actions by dismantling critical parts of its military infrastructure, particularly its drone and surveillance networks. Satellite imagery taken by commercial providers like Maxar Technologies and analyzed by independent OSINT researchers confirmed that a major structure within the Sukkur base perimeter was destroyed. This building, measuring approximately 50 to 60 meters in length, was likely a drone hangar or UAV maintenance bay. The post-strike imagery showed complete roof collapse, scattered debris, and burn marks, indicating a high-explosive, precision-guided strike. The weapon believed to have been used was the Israeli-origin Rampage air-launched ballistic missile, now locally integrated by India into Jaguar and Su-30 MKI platforms. With a standoff range exceeding 250 kilometers, Rampage allows aircraft to strike targets deep inside hostile territory without crossing international borders. The impact crater and damage footprints seen in the imagery are consistent with Rampage's warhead and kinetic penetration characteristics. The choice of Suker was not random. Intelligence inputs had likely indicated the presence of either operational Wing Loong II drones, ground control stations, or logistics hubs supporting Pakistan's southern drone operations. India's precision strike at Suker didn't just collapse the UCAV hangar. It also obliterated a critical S-band TPS-43J air surveillance radar with an estimated 450 km detection range. This radar was part of Pakistan's radar spine in southern Sindh, and its destruction dealt a dual blow: loss of drones and loss of eyes in the sky. This systems-level targeting undercuts Pakistan's ability to detect and counter India's aerial operations over a vast region. Removing such core sensor infrastructure degrades coordination, slows response times, and opens the door for India to maneuver with less risk of early warning. Analysts confirm the radar hit at Sukkur Airbase in action alongside the UCAV hangar strike, as part of the coordinated effort to degrade both platform and surveillance systems in one go. The strike served both a tactical purpose, eliminating Pakistan's ability to conduct real-time UAV surveillance in the south, and a strategic one, signaling the depth of India's targeting intelligence and the precision of its air power. What makes this more impactful is the broader context. Operation Sindoor was not a limited show of force, but a calibrated multi-theater operation spanning almost a dozen Pakistani air bases. These included Murid, Rafiqui, Sargodha, Nur Khan, and Suker, among others. Reports and post-strike assessments estimate that up to 20% of Pakistan Air Force's operational infrastructure was rendered inoperative within a 72-hour window. This includes the destruction of aircraft hangars, radar installations, runways, fuel depots, and command centers. Suker's damage, though not as prominent as the hits on Sargodha or Nur Khan, played a crucial role in degrading Pakistan's second-tier support capabilities. It reduced their redundancy, cut off their drone relay options in the south, and imposed a logistical burden by forcing redistribution of aerial assets. For a military that relies heavily on layered logistics and dispersed operations, the loss of even a support base like Suker has a disproportionate downstream effect. Some would say, so what if a few Wing Loong II drones were destroyed? Pakistan can always buy more. But that view misses the larger picture. The Wing Loong II UCAV is not a cheap or easily replaceable asset. Each unit costs between $2 to $4 million, depending on payload configuration and ground control systems. Pakistan's acquisition of these drones was part of a multi-year strategic procurement deal with China, involving not just the airframes, but satellite communication packages, training, spare parts, and data link infrastructure. It took years of negotiation, testing, and delivery cycles to get them operational. But it wasn't just about buying drones. Pakistan invested heavily in the infrastructure needed to support them. The hangars destroyed at Suker weren't temporary shelters, they were purpose-built hardened warehouses designed with reinforced concrete, EMI shielding, and satellite uplink support. The construction alone took over a year, costing millions of dollars. It included temperature-controlled storage, maintenance bays, and autonomous fueling systems, all tailored to house and launch unmanned combat vehicles without exposing them to air or satellite surveillance. Now all of that gone in seconds. And it's not just about replacing the hardware. The psychological blow is far more damaging. Now, wherever Pakistan stores the next batch of drones, they'll always be under threat. Suker was deep inland, thought to be relatively secure. If India can hit that with precision, no location is safe. Whether it's Masroor near Karachi, Shahbaz in Jacobabad, or Murid in Punjab, they're all within reach. This changes the entire strategic calculation for the Pakistan military. From now on, they must assume constant vulnerability, which forces them to either disperse valuable assets, increasing cost and reducing coordination, or bury them deeper, which adds delay, logistics strain, and more expense. It's also a blow to prestige. Wing Loong IIs were a symbol of Pakistan's entry into modern drone warfare. They were showcased in military parades, discussed in press briefings, even highlighted in documentaries. Their destruction on home soil, with no retaliation, no interception, no warning, is a harsh reminder of how exposed Pakistan's military really is. In military psychology, it's not just about what is lost, it's about what is revealed. The illusion of security is shattered. The sense of technical superiority, of deterrence, of operational readiness, all undermined by a single strike. And that's the genius of this operation. It wasn't just a physical hit, it was a mental one. It told every Pakistani commander, "We know where your assets are, we know what you've built, and when we choose, we can take it away cleanly, precisely, silently." In warfare, especially modern warfare, perception shapes reality. After Suker, Pakistan must not only rebuild infrastructure, it must rebuild confidence, and that may take far longer. In essence, the strike on Suker was a message, silent but loud. It said that India not only has the reach to strike far beyond the border, but also the intelligence precision to pick high-value, low-visibility targets. It revealed India's ability to detect shifts in infrastructure usage, track UAV operations, and launch low-signature, high-impact responses without provoking escalation. For Pakistan, this was a wake-up call. Suker, though not their most famous airbase, was a key cog in the machinery supporting their drone warfare and surveillance ambitions. Its destruction demonstrated that even lesser-known bases were not beyond India's radar, literally and figuratively. For Indian military planners, it marked a successful proof of concept for integrating standoff weapons, intelligence fusion, and layered strikes in a real conflict scenario. Operation Sindoor showed that future conflicts may not begin with dogfights or tanks rolling across borders, but with shadowy drones, silent strikes, and digital eyes watching from orbit. And in that evolving battlefield, the burning ruins of Sukkur Airbase told a story no statement ever could.